But keep in mind, that's only half the cities in the US that may have trouble with climate change, mostly Republican parts of the US. But the Democrat parts of the US, the cities were already sold on it.
Yeah.
So do you know that Miami is considering building a sea wall? Basically a wall to prevent the sea from flooding Miami. And you might say, really, the Miami gets flooded? Please do your research. Parts of Florida are now getting flooded several weeks every year. Not in the future, not some dystopian sort of thing. Portions of Miami and portions of Tampa get flooded every year, and every single year the water rises. Once again, who cares whether this is fossil fuel or not? Just look at the data. Go call the city of Miami and say, could you tell me more about what's happening with flooding there? And they'll tell you what's actually happening in their city, because there are parts of Miami that look like a water park every year. And this is just not obviously, if you're listening to CNBC, MSNBC, you probably see more of this than if you're watching Fox. But I don't think that it's enough in the public conversation. But it should be if you're looking to invest in Miami, because if they're building a seawall, they're going to pass that on as property taxes. And that's going to significantly impact it. New York's looking to build a $200 billion seawall. And you might say, yeah, New York's now not going to invest that money. One hurricane, so we've had a hurricane that hit New York head on, remember, basically turned Wall Street into a swimming pool. That hurricane by itself, the damage was $60 billion. No one can dispute that, because that's actual dollars that were lost. And insurers have warned the city of New York that if that happens once more, significant portions of the insurance will be withdrawn or will become outrageously expensive, forcing New York to do something. And if they build a $200 billion seawall, they're going to basically pass on maybe half of that through property tax increases. So it's all okay to say Blackstone's the one driving this. The truth is, half of the cities already believe. Half of the cities are already making changes, and half of the cities are already taxing the real estate investor, because property taxes are one of the big ways that this money is going to come out. And so that's going to be a significant impact on you, right? So the first rung is Blackstone. The second rung is cities themselves are taking action all across the United States, even in Republican places. Republican governors and congressmen in Texas are saying, what happened can never be allowed to happen again. We cannot have Texas freezing. This will happen again. We need to fix the power grid. Where does Texas get the money to fix their power grid? Well, the answer obviously is Texas gets it from property taxes, because they don't have state income taxes in Texas, or very little. So when their source is property taxes, which are one of the highest in the US, guess what? They're about to get higher.